All right, today we're going to talk about the AIRBANK Pocket Pro 2 portable bike tire inflator. This is a rechargeable inflator. This is very similar to the CYCPLUS Pro model. I have the CYCPLUS AS2 Ultra here just to show you. This one's a little bit smaller and lighter, but just to show you, it's set up almost exactly the same. I wouldn't be surprised if these were made by the same manufacturer. These work very similar. In this video, I'm just going to show you how easy this is to operate, and we're going to do some testing to see if it actually can do what they say it can do. It's got 3 buttons. It's very easy to turn this on. You hold the button for 3 seconds, and while the pressure is flashing, you adjust it to the pressure you want between 0 and 120 psi. If you prefer to read your pressure in bar, you just press the plus and the minus at the same time, and it changes over to bar. So we're going to go back to PSI. All right, and after it's done flashing and you adjust the pressure, it is now reading the pressure that it sees at the nozzle here. So that is obviously 0 right now. The unit charges with a USB-C charging cable, which it does come with. It's only about a foot long, so just to be aware of that. The AIRBANK Pocket 2 Pro does charge pretty quickly. Make sure you plug it into a charging block that puts out at least 10, if not 15 watts. This one puts out 15 watts, and I'm able to charge this fully from depleted to full charge in less than 25 minutes. So I'll put a link in the description for this block and some other block that will be acceptable to use to charge this inflator. It comes with a silicone cover, and we're going to put that on when we use it because it does get quite hot when it's being used. And this is a really nice feature. It comes with this little extender tube, which makes it a lot easier to screw this on to your valves, especially Presta valves. You can do a Presta valve without this, but you kind of have to hold this on there and put pressure on it the whole time, which is doable, but it's a little bit easier to use this extension tube. Also, you can use Schrader valves as well. There's a couple pieces of hardware that come here. You just unscrew this, put those in. Very easy to make this work on Schrader, or you can use the extension tube for Schrader as well. And this fitting right here will screw right onto your Schrader valves. And if you want to inflate a soccer ball, it also has this adapter. And it comes with this little Ziploc bag, and if you're going to be riding in inclement weather, you want to keep the pump in this bag as the pump is not waterproof, and an extra O-ring as well. So the big claim to fame for this particular air pump is that it can inflate a 700C by 25 tire to 80 psi 4 times on 1 battery charge. And that's the big thing with these. If you're going to throw one of these in your saddlebag, you want to make sure it can inflate your tire more than 1 time, because like a CO2 cartridge, once you use it up, you're done. If you get a second flat, a pinch flat, or you get another flat on another tire, you're not going to have anything to pump it up with. So if this can do what it says it can do, this is definitely a keeper, definitely something that I'm going to carry in my saddlebag. Now we're going to test what they say and see if we can inflate this tire 4 times on 1 battery charge. All right, to perform the test, we want to put the silicone cover on the pump so it's not going to burn my hands after it's running for a couple minutes. It does get extremely hot. So we're going to put this on with the Presta valve adapter in place. Now the test is 80 psi, which is plenty for this tire. This is a 700 by 25 Continental Ultra Sport tire with a Presta valve. It does have a tube in here, and I've let all the air out, and I'm just going to screw on the extension tube, get a nice tight seal there. So we're going to turn the unit on, adjust it to 80 psi, and then we're going to let her rip. Once the unit is turned on, you just hit the power button 1 quick time, and that will start the pump. And it will stop when it hits 80 psi all by itself. All right, so first we hold the power button for 3 seconds. It comes on. While the pressure displayed is flashing, we're going to hit the plus button. I'm going to hold it down till it hits 80 psi. All right, now it's set for 80, and now it's looking at the tire and it sees 0 psi. Let us time this, and we're going to see where we're at. Wow, just under 50 seconds. This is actually as advertised. They say 50 seconds, and that went from 0 to 80 in 50 seconds. The battery is still showing full, believe it or not. So now we're just going to disconnect this, and I want to make sure that the pressure gauge on here is accurate. So I'm just going to compare that to my 20-year-old $20 Planet Bike analog pressure gauge here, and let's see. 80 psi. So we have an accurate pressure gauge that works really well. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for a few minutes and we're gonna do it again on the same charge. All right, this is the second attempt to pump up the same 700 by 25C tire. Turn on the pump, 80 PSI, wait for it to 0. It's looking at 0, here we go. All right, 80 PSI in 51 seconds that time, just a touch slower. Of course, I did start the timer before I actually started the pump. All right, very good. Now we're going to try for a third time. All right, now we have it connected for a third time on the same charge. Let's see what we get now. All right, 80 PSI. As soon as that goes to 0, all right, here we go. All right, again, as the battery depletes, it takes an extra couple of seconds, but that's nothing. So we're back up to 80 PSI in about 53 seconds. It's showing 1 bar out of 3 battery left. So we're gonna see if it can get one more inflation out of this battery charge. All right, now we're set up for our 4th attempt to see if it works. I only have one out of 3 bars of battery left, but let's see what happens. All right, 80 PSI, we're gonna start it as soon as it goes to 0. All right. Wow, 4 times. I'm impressed. 4 times and it still shows a little bit of battery. It didn't sound like it was slowing down. Again, it took a few seconds more than the 50 seconds on the first charge, but or the first attempt on this charge, but that is definitely nothing to worry about. Fantastic little pump. I'm sold. That is a big ask for a little device like this to do that much work 4 times. So yeah, I'm quite impressed. If you are interested in checking this out, there's a link in the description that'll send you to the website. And this is a lot less than the CYCPLUS pumps that are similar. This is well under $100. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, please leave a like below and we'll see you in the next video.